Hello everyone, this is Mr. Vipul Sansare. Today we are going to see a new topic related to the pharmacognosy, that is glycosides. So these glycosides are the organic compounds and which is made up of two different components, that is sugar and non-sugar. So the sugar compound is also known as a glycone part of the glycosides, whereas a non-sugar is known as a glycone. And when the sugar and non-sugar part join together to form a new compound, that is glycosides. So these glycosides on acids or enzymatic hydrolysis give the two different separate components, that is sugar and non-sugar. So because of presence of sugar, which is also known as glycone, the compounds are termed as glycosides. And the method of isolation of these glycosides is the Soxhlet extraction. So using Soxhlet extraction, the one can isolate the glycosides from unorganized fluid drug. So this is the structure of representative glycosides, which we will see the two different components of glycosides. The first is the non-sugar part, which is the steroidal nucleus, is the non-sugar part of the glycosides, where this is the sugar part of the glycosides attached to the glycone part. Now based on the type of atom involved in the attachment of the sugar, the glycosides are divided into the different types, right? So first is the C glycosides. The C glycosides indicate the carbon atom of a glycone is involved in the attachment with the sugar moiety. Means the carbon atom of a glycone is attached to the sugar. Examples are cascarosides. So this is the glycosides found in a cascara. Then aloin, that is the glycosides of aloe plant, and carminic acid, which is the glycosides found in cochineal. Next, the O glycosides. These O glycosides indicates the oxygen atom of the glycone, that is non-sugar part, involved in the attachment with the sugar moiety. So example is the senna, the glycosides which are found in senna, that is sennosides. Then rhubarb, the glycosides which are found in the rhubarb, and of course the last is the cascara, that is glycosides in the cascara are cascarosides, right? Then S glycosides means here the sulfur atom of the glycone involved in the attachment with the sugar moiety. So example is a cinegreen glycoside. So cinegreen is a type of glycoside found in black mustard. And last is the N glycosides, where the nitrogen atom of the glycone attached the sugar moiety, that is example is nucleosides. So if you see here, the C and O glycosides, both types of glycosides are found in cascara plant, that is cascarosides. So this question has appeared in GPAT 2002. The cascaroside is an example of. So cascaroside is an example of both C and O glycosides. Both types of glycosides found in cascara plant. So this is important question which has appeared in GPAT 2002. Next we will see the individual types of glycosides. So first is anthraquinone glycosides. So this anthraquinone glycoside contains the anthraquinone ring in their structure, that is anthraquinone ring acts as a glycone part of the glycosides. So Born-Traeger test is used for the identification of anthraquinone glycosides. The specific test used for the identification of anthraquinone glycosides is Born-Traeger test. And which are the examples of anthraquinone glycosides containing plants? So first is the senna, second is rhubarb, third is aloe, and fourth is cascara. So next one important thing, the question which has appeared in GATE 1996, the Born-Traeger test is used for identification of. The answer is the anthraquinone glycoside. So these anthraquinone glycosides are basically identified using Born-Traeger test. So this is a summary of all anthraquinone glycosides containing plant. So first is Senna, which is also known as Indian Senna or Tinnevelly Senna. The biological source is Cassia angustifolia belonging to family Leguminosae. So these are the leaves of the plant, right? The part of plant used is leaves. Just see the chemical constituent. These contain the glycosides, which are known as the Senoside. 4 different types of Senosides are found in Senna plant, that is Senoside A, B, C and D. Now out of this, the Senoside A and C are dextrorotatory in nature or trans configuration. Means these compounds, that is Senoside A and C, rotates the plane of the plane polarized light towards the right hand side, that is positive angle of rotation, whereas Senoside B and D, these are the mesorotatory in nature. Now test used for the identification of the glycoside is of course Born-Tager test, because the Senoside is a type of anthraquinone glycoside. Next, second plant, that is rhubarb, which is also known as Rheum or Ravandicini or Radix rhei. The biological source, here 2-3 different biological source of rhubarb. So first is the Rheum imodi, which is the Indian rhubarb, then Rheum palmatum, which is the Chinese rhubarb belonging to family Polygonaceae. The part of plant use is rhizomes. So these are the dried rhizomes of plant. Now chemical constituent, the rhein and glucorrhine, these are the major chemical constituent. So these both rhein as well as glucorrhine are the carboxyl group containing anthraquinone glycosides. Means carboxyl group, that is COOH group attached to the anthraquinone ring. Next, others are palmidine A, palmidine B and palmidine C. Now which is a test? Modified Born-Tager test is used for the identification of the glycosides in rhubarb. Then next is aloe, which is also known as Kumari or Musabbar. So these are obtained from different sources. Again, the Aloe barbadensis, which is also known as Curacao aloe, then Aloe perry, also known as Socotrine aloe, then Aloe ferox, then Aloe spicata, then Aloe africana, this is known as Cape aloe, belonging to family Liliaceae. These are the dried juice of leaves. So this aloe leaves contains the juice. So this dried juice contain the glycoside. The major chemical constituent is barbaloin, which is a glycoside, and this barbaloin is non-hydrolyzed by heat, the most important point here. Next, also contain resin, also known as aloesin. Which are the identification test of aloe? The first is borax test, second is a coprolite test, third is a coprolite test is also known as Clonge test. This Clonge test specifically identified the isobarbaloin in the aloe structure. Next, nitric acid and nitrous acid tests. These are the different tests used for the identification of aloe glycosides. So these are the thing. These are the structure of Senosides, the glycosides in Senna plant. You can see here the difference between the dextrorotatory and mesorotatory Senna glycosides. So Senoside A and Senoside C, these are differentiated based on the functional group attached to the anthraquinone ring. The carboxylic acid group containing glycoside, that is known as Senoside. Both groups are carboxylic acid, right? Whereas one carboxylic acid group replaced with primary alcohol functional group, this is known as Senoside C. Similarly, Senoside B and D, the configuration is different. Now here you can see where the sugar molecule is attached the sugar molecule is attached to the oxygen atom, which is again attached to the anthraquinone ring. So the cenoside is a type of O-glycosides. Here the oxygen atom of the anthraquinone ring involved in the attachment of sugar molecule. These are the questions which are appearing in GPAT. So first question is Indian Sena and African Sena differs with respect to. The question has appeared in GATE 1988. The correct answer, this is Indian Sena and African Sena differs with respect to the parameters like vein slit number, stomatal index and color. Next, second question, the Sena leaves IP contains. So this question has appeared in GATE 1993. So the Sena leaves IP contains dried leaves of Cassia acutifolia and Cassia angustifolia. This is the correct answer. The dried leaves of Cassia acutifolia and Cassia angustifolia. Next, Chinese Rapontic rhubarb can be distinguished from Indian rhubarb by fluorescence in UV light, which is. So here this question has appeared in GPAT 2005. So most important thing here, Chinese Rapontic rhubarb shows the blue fluorescence in the UV light, whereas Indian rhubarb show the deep violet fluorescence. So correct answer is blue. Next, glycosides, that is cascara. These are obtained from the bark of Rhamnus persianus belonging to family Rhamnaceae. The chemical constituent, these are the these contain the glycosides known as cascaroside A, cascaroside B, cascaroside C and cascaroside D. The most important thing here, this cascaroside is type of both C and O glycosides. Here you can see in structure. Right. So first thing here, sugar molecule is attached to the carbon atom of the anthraquinone ring, that is C glycoside, whereas another sugar molecule is attached with oxygen atom of the ring. Means this cascara contains both C as well as O glycoside, that is cascaroside. Next, other example, that is cochineal. Cochineal, this is obtained from animal source. So these are the dried female insects of Coccus cacti belonging to family Coccidae. This contain the carminic acid as a glycoside, which show the brilliant purple color in water. So this carminic acid is water soluble color and used as a natural coloring agent. Just see the structure of carminic acid here. So this is your glycone part, right, and this thing, the 6 carbon containing sugar. Now the sugar is attached to the carbon atom of a glycone, so carminic acid is a C glycoside. Next, just see the steroidal or also known as cardiac glycosides. So the steroidal glycosides are divided into 2 types based on the ring attached to the glycone. So first is the cardenolides. See, these cardenolides are 23 carbon containing steroidal ring. Now the steroidal ring is attached to the 5-member lactone ring. You can see in a diagram, cardenolide. 23 carbon containing steroidal ring attached to the 5-member lactone ring to form the glycone of cardenolide. Whereas bufadienolides, the bufadienolide is a C24, that is 24 carbon containing steroidal ring along with 6-member lactone ring. Where is the lactone ring is attached at position C17. At carbon number 17, the steroidal ring is lactone ring is attached. Just see the examples of cardenolide. The example is digitalis glycosides, the glycosides found in Theriatia and glycosides found in Stropanthus. whereas bufadienolides are found in squill. Next we will see some cardenolides. So first is digitalis, also known as foxglove leaves. These are obtained from leaves of digitalis purpurea belonging to family Scrophulariaceae. Chemical constituent is contain the steroidal glycosides, that is purpurea glycoside A and purpurea glycoside B, which are identified using three different tests. So first is Kahler-Killani test, second is legal test, and third is Baljet test. Next, digitalis lanata is also known as woolly foxglove leaves. These are obtained from leaves of digitalis lanata belong to family Scrophulariaceae. These contain the glycosides known as lanatosides. Four different types of lanatosides are found in digitalis lanata plant, that is lanatoside A, lanatoside B, lanatoside C and lanatoside D. Specific identification test is not for digitalis lanata. Next question which has appeared in GATE 1990, the powder digitalis is dried at temperature. So temperature has asked. The correct answer is a temperature not exceeding 60 degrees Celsius or the temperature less than 60 degrees Celsius to maintain or to retain the pharmacological activity of digitalis. Just see the glycone and aglycone of digitalis purpurea glycosides. This question will ask in GPAT. More probability of the question is based on this particular point. So first is purpurea glycoside A, we have already studied. The aglycone of the purpurea glycoside A is a digitoxygenine. Along glycone part contain two different types of sugar. First is glucose, one molecule of glucose and 3 molecules of digitoxose. 3 molecules of digitoxose. Next, purpurea glycoside B. This contain the gitoxygenine as a glycone, and again same as a purpurea glycoside A, the purpurea glycoside B also contain two different types of sugar, that is glucose and digitoxose. The 1 mole of glucose and 3 moles of digitoxose. So this is just for your better understanding. I have represented the hydrolysis scheme of the both types of glycoside. So just see the purpurea glycosides A on hydrolysis. The first hydrolysis give the digitoxin and 1 glucose molecule. So the purpurea glycoside A contains the 3 moles of digitoxose and 1 mole of glucose. So in first hydrolysis, the 1 glucose molecule separate out, and the remaining nucleus is known as digitoxin, which on further hydrolysis gives the aglycone, that is digitoxygenine, and 3 digitoxose molecules separate. So here this purpurea glycoside A contain digitoxygenine as a aglycone and glucose and digitoxose as a glycone part, whereas purpurea glycoside B on complete hydrolysis give gitoxygenine as aglycone and 3 digitoxose and 1 glucose as a glycone. Intermediate hydrolysis product of the purpurea glycoside B is gitoxin. Gitoxin contain gitoxygenine, aglycone plus 3 digitoxose, which on hydrolysis gives the gitoxygenine and 3 different digitoxose separately. Next, the bufadienolides. The example of a plant is squill. So these are basically dried bulbs of Virginia maritima, also known as white squill. Chemical constituent which contains the silarin A as a glycoside. Next is the Indian squill. These are again the dried bulbs of plant Virginia indica belonging to family Liliaceae. This Indian squill is also known as red squill, just remember. Now here the silarin is a glycoside found in glycoside found in squil plant. So the silarin contains the aglycone as well as a glycone part. Just see the hydrolysis scheme of silarin. So the silarin A contains the glycone part that is made up of sillabiose. The sillabiose is a sugar which is made up of the two different sugar. First is glucose and second is rhamnose. And the aglycone, that is sillaridine A. So sillaridine A is a glycone of sillarin, and glycone part contain two different sugar. So sillarin A on enzymatic hydrolysis, the enzyme which is responsible for hydrolysis of sillarin is sillarinase. This on hydrolysis give prosillaridine A plus glucose. So this is your partial hydrolysis where the prosillaridine and glucose are a product. This prosillaridine contains the aglycone of sillarin A, that is sillaridine A and rhamnose. So which on complete hydrolysis give sillaridine A plus rhamnose. The sillarin A on acid hydrolysis gives the sillaridine A, that is aglycone, and sillabiose as a glycone part. The sillabiose as a glycone part, which again convert to two different sugars, that is rhamnose and glucose, which are the constituents of sillabiose. So here we have studied some important points regarding the steroidal glycosides. Then last is the saponin glycoside. The one example, that is ginseng plant, which is also known as Ningin, Panag or Panax. These are the dituberous root of Panax ginseng, which is also known as Korean ginseng. Then Panax japonica, also known as Japanese ginseng. Then Panax notoginseng, which is also known as Chinese ginseng. And Panax quinquefolium, which is also known as American ginseng. So just remember the four different biological source of ginseng. This ginseng plant contains the saponin glycoside, two different types of glycosides. The first is ginsenolides, which contain the aglycone, that is damarol, and second is the panaxoside. This contain the aglycone, that is oleanolic acid. So here we have finished the glycosides part. Thank you.